Have you ever noticed something strange? Why do attractive, confident people often seem more intelligent even when they have absolutely no proof that they are? Why do we trust someone more simply because they look more impressive? This invisible mental shortcut is called the halo effect, and it quietly shapes many of our judgments we make every single day. Imagine you walk into a room for a job interview and two candidates are waiting. The first one walks in confidently, perfect posture, stylish clothes, calm smile. And the second candidate is slightly nervous, little awkward and maybe not as polished. Now, here is the surprising part. Before either of them has said a single word, your brain has already started forming conclusions. You might assume that the confident person is more competent, more intelligent, more capable. But why? You don't actually know their skills yet. Still, your mind has already connected one positive trait, attractiveness or confidence, to many other qualities. Competence, intelligence, leadership. This is called halo effect in action. This concept widely became known through the work of Nobel Prize-winning psychologist Daniel Kahneman, especially through his book Thinking Fast and Slow. Kahneman explains that our brain operates in two models. System 1, fast and automatic thinking. System 2, slow analytical thinking. And halo effect belongs to System 1. Your brain loves simple stories. So when it notices one simple trait in someone, say beauty, confidence or charm, it quickly fills in the rest of the story. They must be smart, they must be capable, they must be trustworthy. But in reality, those traits might have nothing to do with each other. This effect doesn't just happen in small everyday moments. It has shaped history, politics, business. One famous example happened during the 1960 US presidential debate between John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon. Something fascinating occurred when people who listened to the radio thought Nixon had performed better, but the people who had watched the debate on television thought Kennedy had won. Why? Because Kennedy looked calm, confident and charismatic on camera, while Nixon looked tired and uncomfortable. And that visual impression created a halo around Kennedy. Viewers subconsciously associated his appearance with competence, intelligence and leadership. Those first impressions may have influenced the public perception of an entire presidential race. And this doesn't just happen in politics. It happens when we judge leaders, choose friends, hire employees, trust influencers, even when we rate teachers or students. Sometimes the most confident voice in the room isn't the most knowledgeable. Sometimes the most polished personality is not the most capable. But our brain loves shortcuts, and the halo effect is one of the most powerful shortcuts we have. So, the next time you meet someone impressive, take a pause and ask yourself, am I judging their abilities or am I simply responding to their appearance, charm or confidence? Because real wisdom requires something our brains don't actually like doing: slowing down, looking deeper and questioning our first impressions. Sometimes the people who look the most extraordinary are simply good at making first impressions. And sometimes the truly brilliant people don't shine until you take the time to really see them. So, have you ever realized that your first impression about someone was completely wrong? Because the first impression is not the last impression after all.